Okay, I might make a start now. So, good morning and welcome to the Preventing Falls and Building Communities, a Local Government Approach webinar. My name is Balana and I'm the Injury Prevention Officer for Workforce Engagement at Injury Matters. Today, we will explore 3 case studies of falls prevention programs that local governments have implemented in their community. We will hear from the Shire of Tammin, City of South Perth and City of Mandurah. We will also discuss how falls prevention initiatives can be aligned with public health planning. Before we begin, please let me acknowledge the Whadjuk Noongar people, who are the traditional custodians of the land on which Injury Matters work, and recognise Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples' continuing connection to the land, waters and community across Western Australia and Australia. I would also like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land in which you are joining in from. Before we start, I'd also like to go over a few housekeeping points. Please make sure your microphone is muted. This will allow all attendees to hear clearly. We would love to hear your questions, so we strongly encourage you to please send them through in the chat box throughout the presentation and we'll go through them at the end. If you have more than one person in the room with you listening to today's webinar, we would appreciate it if you could please let us know via the chat tab to let us know how many people are in listening with you. If you face any technical issues during the presentation, please write them in the chat box and we'll do our best to help you. I have Suzanne here helping me today. We will also have a QR code at the end of this presentation so you can complete a short evaluation on this webinar. If you could keep that in the back of your mind, that would be great. Please note that Injury Matters prohibits the use of artificial intelligence-driven systems and technologies, such as automated note-taking, recording or transcription tools during or following this webinar. So, just about Injury Matters. At Injury Matters, our vision is for safer people and places. We aim to prevent and reduce the impact of injury within the Western Australian community and support those who have been affected by injury. Our 3 programs aim to raise awareness of injury risks, consequences and solutions, prevent injuries through a range of education and support programs, and support the recovery of people, families and communities impacted by injury and trauma. This training is brought to you through our Stay on Your Feet program with the support of the WA Department of Health. The Stay on Your Feet program provides information, training and support to older adult community members and professionals working with older adults on how to prevent falls in the community. Stay on Your Feet has 3 key messages that we use throughout our campaigns and community and workforce engagement. These 3 messages are move your body, improve your health and remove hazards. And this is where we get our overarching slogan, move, improve, remove. Falls are a significant public health issue in WA. It is seen that 1 in 3 people over the age of 65 fall each year. The 2024 WA Falls Report highlights that in WA someone dies every 17 hours, is hospitalised every 16 minutes and presents to the emergency department every 12 minutes due to a falls-related incident. Falls can result in a real impact on an individual's life that can lead to a loss of independence and confidence, increased concern of falling, and difficulty doing daily tasks. Local governments play a significant role in developing and coordinating and delivering injury prevention and safety policies and programs in their local area. There are many strategies that local governments can implement to prevent falls in older adult community members, such as providing falls prevention programs, sharing falls prevention resources, and providing community education. This leads me to introduce the speakers for today's webinar, who will discuss how they implemented a falls prevention program in their community. We have Pixie O'Neill, Community Development Officer from Shire of Tammin, Kelly Wilson, Health Promotion Officer from City of Mandurah, and Catherine Freen, Community Wellbeing Officer, and Leonie Marima, Community Development Officer from City of South Perth. These speakers are going to discuss the falls prevention programs they implemented in their community. I'll now pass it on to Pixie, who will kick things off.
Okay. The Stay on the Feet program in the Shire of Tammin was initiated due to the need for some health support for our elders that live in the community. We're a very small community, and we do not have any health facilities in the town at all. So we needed to find a way to try and help our independent elders who are living at home, lots of them on their own, to have the best opportunity to stay in their homes and to remain independent. We ran the program over 4 weekly sessions during October 2024. We specifically ran it on a day that the seniors hold their functions, which is on a Monday, and the sessions were 2 hours long. The program was designed to give those people resources. So we covered different subjects each of the weeks, and it was actually really well received by all the older people, and there has been a request for more information. Our goal was to give those community members the tools to stay living independently in their own homes within our community for as long as possible. We partnered with the WA Department of Health in Northam, who were fantastic. They provided speakers and hard copy resources. The Live Lighter information was brilliant. The Heart Foundation offer a walking program, which has not yet started, but we're hoping will be taken up in the town. And the Live Up resources were really good. Injury Matters, obviously, through Stay on the Feet grant funding, provided the finances, and the hard copy resources from Injury Matters were really, really useful. Okay. Hollyoak Wheatbelt provided a speaker and offered us some really good information on prescription medication and alcohol. They were a great resource, and a local physical trainer provided an information session based on the balance and strength exercises recommended by Stay on Your Feet. I would suggest that it was very well received by the population. The advertising should be in the form of a letter drop or a hard copy. That demographic that we were trying to capture, probably ideally face-to-face interaction. There was people who were a little bit nervous about what the program involved. The sessions needed to be kept short and simple. Too much information at once was overwhelming, and allowing time for questions at the end of each session is really important. Our offer of free lunch definitely encouraged people to come along, and it also encouraged people to stay around and chat about the information that they'd been given. And the take-home packs were really important because there was people that didn't feel comfortable to come to the sessions, but who did actually ask for the take-home packs. The gift of the weekly medication organiser was surprisingly well received, and I think that was another thing that was really good for the participants to take home. In conclusion, we had really good feedback from the program. There was a request for follow-up programming as well. The participant surveys indicated that everybody had benefited. And we are actually looking at doing some follow-up resources and some follow-up programming for the community going forward. So I guess if there are any questions that I can help out with, then yeah.
Thanks, Pixie. We'll do a Q&A at the end, so I'll give people the opportunity to ask you specific questions then. And so then I'll just pass it on to Kelly now.
Yep. Hey, how are we? I'll just share my screen. So, yeah, I'm Kelly. I'm Health Promotion Officer at the City of Mandurah. So I just wanted to talk about some of the falls prevention initiatives that we've done over the past 4 years. So, yes, we have been funded through Injury Matters in 22, 23 and 24 for Move Your Body, Improve Your Health and Move Your Body Again. In 2025, we didn't receive any funding, so we've actually funded Steady Steps ourselves. So they're going to be the 4 programs that I will be talking about today. Right, go next. Right, I have to press this. All right, so the first one, which was the Move Your Body program, this was a 6-session exercise program indoor. It was held at the Mandurah Senior Centre, and the format, the aim was really to improve knowledge and awareness of falls prevention and the intention to increase physical activities. So the format that how we delivered that was that we had a bit of an information session at the start to talk about balance and the importance of exercising to maintain balance to prevent falls. Then we went through a balance and strength class using chair yoga. And then it was followed by a morning tea where participants could stay around, have a chat to the chair yoga instructor, and also a chat to city staff and South Metro Health Service, who partnered on all the first 3 programs with us. We had also a target audience was over 60s, and in that first Move Your Body, we had 226 people participate and attended over the 6-week period. The next one was we received Improve Your Health grant, which involved 3 workshops aimed at reducing falls. So the first workshop was around interactive education session on medicine management. So some of the topics included how to use medicine safely, timing, storage and mixing medication information, common medication side effects and how they can increase falls, how can older adults manage their medications, and medications management tools were given to participants. The second workshop involved a education on nutrition, and this was delivered by Food Bank. So they actually talked about the Australian dietary guidelines for older adults, eating regularly from the 5 food groups. There was a focus on nutrients such as vitamin D and calcium, encouraging people to drink more water, to stay hydrated, to try and reduce alcohol, and simple tips and suggestions for older adults around healthy eating and cooking healthy recipes as well. There was lots of resources given after that workshop. And the last workshop was incorporating activities into daily life, which kept people's mind active. So this was the importance of maintaining good cognitive to aid alertness and response to falls hazard, how older adults can keep their minds healthy, taking up a new hobby such as art. So we actually did this art activity for this workshop. As you can see, the participants were very happy with their final piece of art. And we also provide information on how to help you keep a healthy mind, and also social supports and activities available in the community was shared with the group. All right. The last funded program for Injury Matters was another improved Move Your Body. It was a 6-session exercise program, but it was held outdoors. So we have many different parks with outdoor exercise equipment in Mandurah. So we chose 3 parks, and we held 2 sessions at each park. So one in the north, south, and central. So we also, this aimed to increase awareness of the importance of building balance and strength to prevent falls. And it was aimed at all abilities. And so people over 60, people with disability, and also Aboriginal people aged 45 and over. The format included, very similar to the other format, the education around the importance of balance and exercising to prevent falls. Then then we had a demonstration of all the exercise equipment that was held in the park. Then we also did some balance and strength exercises, utilising the equipment, but also the equipment that was brought by our exercise physiologists who conducted all the workshops, followed by a healthy morning tea. So we were really targeting people with disability to attend. We had developed a communication board to ensure that it was inclusive, and we also had a social stories that was available. Also, a part of this grant, we developed an exercise book demonstrating a range of balance exercises and all the exercises, how to utilise all the equipment in our park, which was very helpful and we still utilise till this day. So 73 people participated in the program. So early this year, as we were eligible for funding because we had received it within that 2-year period, we decided to still deliver 2 workshops at our senior centre aimed at preventing falls. So the first one was a low vision, how can low vision impact falls? So we had an occupational therapist from Visibility. So they discovered how common age-related vision impairments increase falls risk and provided practical tips to stay safe in their home. The second workshop was also delivered by the same exercise physiologist from our previous program, and he talked about, once again, the importance of balance and exercising. They got to practice effective exercises and discovered a easy routine to boost stability and prevent falls, and they also participated in an obstacle course. So all our participants during all our 4 events received a bag with relevant resources. So a lot of the resources were Stay on Your Feet. We also had like exercise bands and booklets demonstrating all the exercises. This is always well received. We generally get it put in a few merch as well. So the participants really love these take-home bags. Partnerships. So we partner very closely with the South Metro Public Health Service on all of these programs, and we've also, other partnerships include Injury Matters, Visibility, Markability, and Food Bank. So, because we wanted to ensure these were only short programs, we do offer a range of other programs at low cost or free to our community to continue to participate in exercise. So this is, we have our free outdoor exercise classes that run from February to March and November to December. They include yoga in the evenings and outdoor fitness, which is similar to a Zumba class in the mornings, and they're located in Keith Holmes Reserve. So they're always really well attended. The community really like them. And yeah, it's really great to get really positive feedback from the community on these programs. Also, at our Mandurah Recreation Centre, we have a whole range of different group fitness, swimming facilities and sporting games, and they are aimed at our older adults. Some of these include, Fit for Health, Wellbeing Yoga, Fit for Strength and Conditioning. We have a Heart Fit, Tai Chi and Aqua classes. We do have a indoor 25-metre pool, wellness spa and sauna, and there's the water aerobics at our recreation centre is very popular. And we also have sporting games that for older adults to participate, which is the senior pickleball, which is very popular, that they really enjoy participating in. also our senior centre, this is where I'm located today. We have a range of programs that are at low cost or free. So, you know, some of these are yoga. We have a happy walking group, jazz dancing, which I was watching yesterday, which was great. Tai Chi, strong on your feet, Zumba, and table tennis and carpet bowls. So, you know, we do offer these programs, but we try and refer the participants onto the other programs that we have at the cities just to ensure sustainability. And that's me. I'll stop sharing now.
Thank you, Kelly. I'll pass it on to Catherine and Leonie.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, everybody. Let's see if we can get our tech working as well. I'm Leonie. I'm the Access and Inclusion Officer for the city here, and Catherine is our Health and Wellbeing Officer. Morning. Hi. Go to the next one. There we go. Great. So done that as well. We'd like to thank Stay on Your Feet as well for helping us with this program, because it really it's been really successful. But yeah, okay, great. So why we did it. So the injury data for South Perth local government area from 2017 to 2021 shows that in older age groups there was a significant number of falls, particularly in the 65 to 84 and 84 plus year age groups. So the cost associated with falls in this time period was estimated at almost $21 million, which is by far the largest contributor of cost of hospitalisation for the South Perth area. Females tend to have a higher rate of accidental falls than males. And falls is the only injury category for the South Perth area where our rates are significantly higher than that of the WA rate, which indicates a gap in service provision that needs to be addressed. So these are just a few photos that were taken at the first two photos that we have on the screen here were taken at the actual onset, the original program when we first received the grant, and that was done at our one of our parks in Manning. And then the other one is where they've continued on with the program after the grant period had finished. So the City of South Perth hosted the Move Your Body project for the community in 2024, and it was free to join the program, because we wanted to make as much participation or as available for as many people as possible. And we targeted it at the older Australians, enabling them to improve their strength, balance and coordination. The project was held at Neil McDougall Park in Canning, where we have specific outdoor equipment for seniors and people with disability, and that was installed back in 2019. And it's inspired with the equipment has balance beams, balance rails, steppers, twisting machines, rocking stools, hand wheels, wave bars and horizontal bars to help improve the user's fitness and balance and coordination. And we also had the trainers brought along free hand weights as well as an additional tool for the seniors to use. We received the grant from Injury Matters. Sorry. We received the grant from Injury Matters, and participants were asked to fill out health check forms where they did a risk assessment before starting the program as a part of the introduction. And then the assessment was carried out on the final session as well, just to see if there was any improvement in core strength and movement ability. And the results showed that the core strength of participants was well over what we were expecting, and their stamina and balance was also really the improvement was
amazing. We were really happy with it. The program comprised of 16 low impact exercises, and we did it over 8 weeks twice per week, with about 13 attendants at each session.
Partnerships we made. So in addition to working with Injury Matters through the Move Your Body grant, we partnered very closely with our local PT fitness provider, Outdoor Active South Perth. They were our chosen provider because Leonie and I had used them previously, and we know that the business owner who lives and works locally has a real passion not just for personal training but also for building community. The business works with a wide range of people, encompassing all fitness levels and age groups. They focus on functional fitness, so meaning all activities relate directly to promoting strength and balance for everyday activities, which aligns perfectly with the Move Your Body grant. The City and Outdoor Active set up a new lease agreement to aid in facilitating the continuation of this program at a local park after the initial 8-week program. That also has an indoor space, so this means the program can run all year round. The program ran from March to May 2024, and here we are now, I think 16 months, almost 18 months later, and the program is still running. It runs once a week, and Outdoor Active just charge participants $5 a session, so it's very low cost for older Australians to attend. And the program is it's integrated into Outdoor Active's current schedule, and it's called 60 Fit.
Okay, so things that we found worked really well. Obviously, the location, having the exercise equipment on hand and ready, and it was a great way for us to promote that to our older Australians as well, because we didn't find that there was a lot of people using it initially, but now there's always seniors going back there using it quite regularly. It was also located right near a retirement village as well, so that, again, bringing the attention to our older Australians who live across the road, and we find that they're always there now. We marketed it specifically to older Australians by putting it in our libraries, our 2 senior citizen centres, Facebook, things like that. And of course, older Australians love to talk to each other as well. So once we found a few people were talking about it and coming, each week there were more and more that would come along. The facilitators as well were really good at marketing it and pushing the program with some of their other members, who would then promote it and send it to their mums or their dads, which was really good as well. And then we provided all of the participants with a Act Belong Commit merchandise, which had drink bottles, T-shirts, which ironically a lot of the ones who started in the original program still wear them every week now, which is really cute to see. But yeah, we found that giving them a bit of free merch as well made them all feel pretty good and special.
Okay, so Leonie and I went out to chat with a few people last week, just to see why they still go and what they love about the program. So you can see these 3 testimonials are from participants who all started at the beginning. New people have joined the class too, and we were very lucky to attend on a morning where they were actually filming for the business. So that was quite a fun morning to go to. And hopefully the 60 Fit class will grow in size. And as you can see, as Leonie mentioned, a couple of the members were still wearing their Act Belong Commit T-shirts. They didn't know that we were actually coming on the morning, so that was really, really nice. Obviously, they just wear it each week. And it was all just really positive. What was lovely, and you can see in the testimonials there, is one of them particularly mentions that they all go for coffee together after class as well. So as well as having doing the physical activity together, they've actually made a beautiful social connection as well, and they grab a coffee, and it's, you know, the highlight of the week for some of these participants, which is lovely.
Okay, thank you. But Q&A's at the end, I believe.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Thank you all for presenting about your falls prevention programs. I'll now pass it on to Suzanne, who's our program delivery lead, who will discuss how falls prevention initiatives can be aligned with public health planning. So if I just share my screen again, hopefully we don't have any issues with that.
I think that's the secret to not having IT issues, is to make somebody else do it for you. So I'll be telling Balana to click it for me. So thanks, Balana. I just wanted to say thank you to South Perth, Mandurah and Tammin for sharing your experiences with the Stone Your Feet program and getting a grant. I have a bit of a soft spot for Tammin. I grew up in Tammin. My dad and my grandfather were both born there as well. So it's really exciting for me to see our program embraced in Tammin and providing that opportunity for seniors to access the information. So my presentation and role today is kind of to explain our role in terms of supporting local government, and how I'll talk a little bit about how that directly aligns to our support through public health planning, but also for those of you who might not be involved in that process, the specific support that we can provide through the Stay on Your Feet program for you to access for seniors within your communities. So I think the presentations that we've had have done a really great job of highlighting how they have accessed the Stay on Your Feet program, but also the real importance of developing those stakeholder relationships and building that engagement within the community with other organisations that can support the programs, and how, you know, it wasn't just the local governments that have delivered these on their own. Health services and health providers, other organisations are really key important partners, and also how that then has led to sustainability of the programs moving forward and being able to continue some of those activities, which is just amazing to see, and a real basis behind our Stay on Your Feet grants program. So Balana will give you a bit more information specifically around that at the end, around what we've got coming up in terms of what's available with the grants. But if you do have any questions for me or any of the other speakers, please make sure you're chucking them in the chat as you think of them, so that we can answer them for you at the end. I just wanted to start with a bit more of a specific overview of the Stay on Your Feet messages. So as Balana said, Stay on Your Feet is Western Australia's leading falls prevention program. Injury Matters has been involved with the program for over 20 years. And it's an evidence-based and community-friendly program that is really adaptable to a local government setting. So I really wanted to give information around how you can do that. So our program's framed around three key messages. So move, improve, remove. So move your body, improve your health, and remove hazards. And then there's key messaging related to each of those campaigns. So for move your body, it's build your balance and strengthen your legs. And these are related to the evidence around falls prevention and what we know can have the most positive impact on our older community. So in Western Australia, for the Stay on Your Feet program, that's 65 years and older, and 45 years for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. We have our Improve Your Health, so that involves checking your medicines, keeping a healthy mind, and fueling your body. So that's around good, nutritious food. And then remove hazards. So that's making your home safer, check your eyesight, and wear safe shoes. And we're about to come to the end of the Remove Hazards campaign in WA. And so our next campaign, which will run from September to November, is the Move Your Body campaign. And Balana will go through the grants that are coming up, but those ones that are opening will be for the Improve Your Health campaign, which won't be run until next year, but she'll give you some more information around that. I guess one of the key things that we want to get across is that falls are preventable. So for a lot of people, they do think that falls are an inevitable part of getting older, and we really want to challenge that stereotype within the community by providing real evidence-based information, support, and access to activities for older people so that they can actually address their risk of having a fall. Next slide, Balana. So how does that relate to what we do with local government support? So we have another program at Injury Matters called No Injury, and that program is designed to build the capacity and skills and information, build knowledge within the injury prevention community and the local, so health services and local governments around preventing injury more broadly. So one of the roles that we have, and we're very lucky that we are supported by the WA Department of Health to support local governments with public health planning. So I wanted to highlight this guide, even if you're not specifically involved or responsible for public health planning in your local government, this guide does contain specific information around falls as well as other injury issues, and it does align to the new state public health plan that has just been released, and it provides information, strategies and activities, as well as resources and links to key stakeholders that could support you with activities in the injury prevention space. Next slide, Balana. So specifically to falls prevention strategies and activities, I just wanted to pull this out directly from the guide because it will give you an overview of what each of the sections look like. So this is part of the falls prevention one. So you can see there the first recommended strategy is to increase older adults' awareness of falls prevention strategies. The activity would be to access and disseminate falls prevention resources and information to local residents. And then we've got helpful resources. So that links directly to the Stay on Your Feet program suite of resources that the other speakers have spoken about that they used within their campaigns that align to those three key messages. So, and that goes through a different range of information. There's more than just these, but this is just an example that I wanted to pull out that you can access. Next slide. So this is the list of key stakeholders within the guide. So you've got Council on the Ageing, Indigo, Injury Matters with the Stay on Your Feet program, and KidSafe. The reason that KidSafe is listed there is because falls are not just an issue for our older population, our younger population and children also experience falls at a high rate, and so there's links to KidSafe for that reason. Next slide. So specifically around what Injury Matters can offer, this is our little way of looking at it that I guess kind of goes from low energy or low kind of input for a local government to engage with the Stay on Your Feet program right through to high levels of engagement and commitment to activities, I guess. So we'll start with the easiest things that local governments can get involved with and how you can support falls prevention within your communities. So you can access our Stay on Your Feet campaign toolkits. So with each of our campaigns, so we run 2 a year, 3 over the 18 months in a rotation. We develop campaign toolkits, and these include key messages, calls to action, pre-made social media posts that you can just pull and put directly onto your social media, so you're not needing to create those yourselves. Email signatures that you can add into your emails, media quotes if you do want to do any media around, or local media, radio, all of those kind of things, that you can actually use those media quotes directly from our program for that. Then we have our resources. So our resources are available free, printed free. So you can go onto our stayonyourfeet.com.au website and access those. There are some limits on how many you can order, but it shouldn't be an issue in terms of the activities that most local governments would be doing. But if you've got a big event coming up and you'd like a substantially large order, you can email us, and Balana will provide that email address at the end. Those resources cover a whole range of the risk factors for falls and give really practical support to older adults around what they can do to reduce their risk. We also have an e-directory, and I wanted to point this out for 2 reasons. One, you can actually go on there and search by location to find programs and activities within local areas, and we use it to refer people within the communities or within Western Australia who call us for information, but also they can access it through our website. The other thing that I wanted to point out is that if you have programs, it doesn't have to just be physical activity programs, it could be nutrition, anything to do with like health related for older adults, it can actually go on that e-directory. And so there's like that additional marketing and promotion, but it also helps your local communities to access programs based on where they're actually living, which is really helpful for community members. We deliver community presentations, so you can book in the metropolitan area. You can book a community presentation. We have a peer education program, so we have peer educators who go out into the community and deliver a presentation on that move, improve, remove messaging. If you are in a regional Western Australia, you can contact us directly. We often travel regionally, and we are working with some health services at the moment to expand our peer education more regionally so that there is readily accessible presentations available, but also contact us if you'd like a presentation, and we can hopefully organise that with one of our regional trips. We often have workforce development for staff, so events like this one today are held, and all of that information is on our events page on the website. We have our community grants program, so in relation to each of our campaigns, we have grants of up to $5,000 that are available. We really want to see success with the programs that are run, so we have our coordinator who you can contact and actually run through the ideas that you have for a program, and they can support with evidence and resources, potential partners and feedback directly on your application for that grant. We really want to make sure that we've got strong grants coming through and that people are, putting their best foot forward and making sure that they do meet the requirements of our grants program. It's a pretty easy application easy, I guess, for me. It is we've tried to make it as easy as we possibly can for a grants program, but if you've got any concerns or you need support in actually completing that application, then you can contact the coordinator. We will partner with events for local governments often. So if that is something that you're interested in, we can talk about how that might look, but also we can support seniors events that other organisations and local governments run. We, as I said, can have a partner campaign event, and we can also support with a local government coordinated event if that's something that you would like to do. And often those are an active aging or an age-friendly event, and so we can help support those as well. Next slide, Balana. So in terms of next steps, how you can get involved, you obviously don't need to have a grant to get involved with the Stay on Your Feet program, and we're in a really great place in that we can offer our support usually at a no-cost service, but most of it will be no cost. We can provide data, so that's broad injury data for your LGA, and it does include falls on that data, so we can provide that. We can provide expert knowledge in injury prevention, research, strategy, and community engagement. We have a real comprehensive approach that looks at health, social, and economic costs of injury, and we are specifically supported by the Department of Health to support public health planning. So again, if that is an area that you're interested in, we can get involved from a broad injury prevention perspective, but certainly for falls prevention as well. So I really encourage you to contact us so that we can tailor our support to your local government's needs. We do have the ability to do that, and to also, if necessary, get involved in any upcoming planning processes that you may have. So we do provide support and feedback to age-friendly plans, public health plans, and any other kind of relevant plans that your local government might be developing. You can join our quarterly community falls network, and we also have a broader injury prevention network. They meet 4 times a year, so once every 3 months, and a really great avenue to see what other, not just local governments, but other health services and other organisations are doing across Western Australia, and to also share that knowledge, experience, and resources, so that we're strengthening the sectors we need within WA. And you can access our resources, as I said, through and the e-directory, campaign tools, our fact sheets through our website, and then look at our training calendar online. That's under our events tab. Next slide. And I think that's it for me. So if anyone's got any questions, I'll hand back to Balana.
Thank you all for delivering those presentations. I can really see how hard you've worked to create such a successful program. So now's the time for questions. So if you have any questions for our speakers, please put them in the chat box and I can read them out for you all. So. Just give it a little bit longer if you have any questions. Okay, if there's no questions, I just might move on. Okay. I would now like to go over a bit about how Injury Matters and our Stay on Your Feet program can support you. So Injury Matters, as we've mentioned, delivers 2 Stay on Your Feet, Move, Improve, Remove campaigns each year, focusing on modifiable risk factors for falls under the Move Your Body, Improve Your Health and Remove Hazards messages. For each campaign, Move, Improve, Remove grants of up to $5,000 plus GST are available. These grants provide groups and organisations with the opportunity to deliver falls prevention programs targeting older adults within their community. The Move, Improve, Remove grants support groups and organisations by fostering skills among applicants through grant coaching. The grant program also contributes to raising awareness amongst community members of campaign-focused falls prevention strategies. If you're interested in applying for a Move, Improve, Remove grant, applications for the Improve Your Health grant will open in August. As mentioned, we also have a suite of resources you can use in your workplace or share with our community members. If you head to our Injury Matters website, you can find all of our resources available, which you can download and print off for free. We also offer 2 free self-paced online learning modules, the Introduction to Falls Prevention and Exercise Strategies and Screening for Falls Prevention. These online modules provide professionals with background knowledge of falls, age-related changes, and how these can impact an individual's function, mobility, and falls risk. These modules will help you facilitate falls prevention exercise strategies for older adults. I just now like to highlight the upcoming events we have planned. Tomorrow on the 25th of June, we have our Active Balance for Falls Prevention workshop. This workshop focuses on the importance of balance in falls prevention and will explore recommended falls prevention exercise strategies and how to implement them. And on the 8th of July, we have the Shared Vision Falls Prevention for Community Eye Health Practitioners webinar. This webinar will explore the role eye care practitioners have in falls prevention. You can read more about these events on our events page and just keep up to date because we're always adding events. Thank you again for taking the time to tune into today's webinar, and to Catherine, Leonie, Pixie, Kelly and Suzanne for sharing the information. Please connect with us. We're on various social channels. You can also sign up for our falls prevention newsletter and our community falls network. And you can use the email on the screen to get in touch with us. Have a great afternoon all.